I think the biggest conversation this week was Kawhi Leonard, obviously. Kawhi Leonard, Steve Ballmer, the Clippers, and the whole aspiration investigation and all this other stuff. And NBA said that they found no evidence that there was any sponsorship deals passed through to Kawhi Leonard. Pablo Torre has been on this case for a while now. I think he's done like 14 episodes, maybe less than that. So he's done a lot of episodes in regards to his investigative journalism. There's a lot of people coming at Pablo Torre now talking about he needs to apologize. Oh, they need to sue him, blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing about that. Why do you think Steve Ballmer hasn't sued Pablo Torre yet? The reason why you don't sue a guy like Pablo Torre is because you don't want to open up discovery. You don't want to go ahead and really peel open those books so that they can really be able to see what everything is and what all of Pablo Torre's findings are. Because at the end of the day, he's going to go ahead and reveal that to a court. And when the courts go ahead and reveal that, now they're going to start peeling that onion away. So I don't know what the hell Wachtell Lipton did and what Adam Silver did in regards to saying that they found nothing, but I find that pretty weird. And another thing that I find weird in regards to this whole thing is that when you read the actual report, it said that Adam Silver and the Clippers have been working on trying to get a deal or a resolution to this situation over the past X amount of days before the actual report came out, or the announcement, the statement. If you're under investigation and the commissioner is the guy that lays down the hammer or whatever punishment it is, explain to me how you're working on trying to get a resolution and a deal. What deal am I working out with you if I'm investigating you? What resolution am I trying to get when I'm trying to investigate to see what happened? Now, I know that there's some other stuff that they're continuing to investigate, but that don't seem sus to y'all? That don't seem funny? The fact that Kawhi Leonard never ever thought that he was ever going to get in trouble the way he was moving. But again, ask yourself, for the people who are Pablo Torre detractors or anybody else out there that's been saying, yo, this is sus, this looks crazy, blah, 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 ask yourself, why hasn't he been sued for defamation? Why hasn't he been sued for this, and that? Because you can't sue somebody that found something to be true in regards to investigative journalism. Discovery is the word. And my biggest thing is that I always had a feeling that Adam Silver was never going to lay the hammer down on Steve Ballmer. Know why? Because Steve Ballmer is the fucking golden goose of the owners. You take down Steve Ballmer, then where does that leave everybody else? The richest owner in North American sports, where does that leave everybody else? So there's a lot of power that you give a guy like Steve Ballmer to just do bullshit. So if you don't go ahead and find any wrongdoing, who's to say that you don't set the table to have other owners do bullshit? Now you're going to start seeing players taking less money, and everybody's going to be like, well, he took less money, so that means that he's probably getting money under the table. He probably got some no-show sponsorship deals that they don't have to report to. They don't have to go ahead and advertise. They ain't got to do nothing, but they're cashing a bag. What are we doing? I don't care who does this. I understand that it's the Clippers, and everybody knows how I feel about the Clippers, but I don't care who this is. If anybody's out there doing bad business, then you got to go ahead and expose that. And you got to make an example of dudes. Because if you go ahead and make an example, it becomes a deterrent. Yeah, I ain't trying to end up like Steve. So I'm gonna just chill. Yeah, that's fine, but nah, I'm gonna stay back. Because at the end of the day, I don't blame Kawhi and Uncle Dennis. We all know how wild Uncle Dennis has been. We all know that Kawhi pretends to just be, yeah, I don't really know what's going on. Yeah, you do. I don't blame them for asking for everything. Ask. That doesn't mean I have to give it to you. That doesn't mean that I have to adhere to whatever your demands are. Hell, the Lakers didn't do it. When they went to the Lakers talking about they wanted ownership, Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka, they went ahead and complained straight to the league office. Same thing with Masai Ujiri with the Raptors. But they found their dummy. They found their desperate owner that was desperate to be able to try to get one star to be able to open up his big arena with his 1,000 bathrooms. He needed that star. And boy, did he find it. But did he find the right one? He didn't. Because at the end of the day, Kawhi's in Toronto now. Who does Steve Ballmer have now? What star is there to be able to highlight for the fans of the LA Clippers? Who are they filling out the arena for? So again, I ask, if anybody thinks that this feels done or there is no wrongdoing here, I don't think that's true. I think that there's a lot of wrongdoing here. And just like Draymond said, like if nothing happens here, now we got to go ahead and go look at everything suspect. Now everything is sus. Now I'm looking at Adam Silver wrong. I'm looking at the owners wrong. I'm looking at the whole situation wrong because at the end of the day, this does not smell right. And at the end of the day, we know why what's his name? Don Sterling is no longer, owning the team because all the owners hated Don Sterling. And they had one opening to be able to get that team off of him and go give it to Steve. So you think that they want to go ahead and punish Steve to the point where he possibly might have to remove himself from owning the team? That probably was never going to be on the table. But in regards to avoiding certain contracts, having certain penalties, oh yeah, cool, yeah, we're going to go ahead and investigate him. So you're going to send the dude that works for the owners to investigate the owners. I've always said that you need to have like an independent internal affairs, not only for the players, but for the owners to be able to keep everything on the up and up. But the difference is, and the problem is with the NBA is that it's private. It's a private thing. So you don't have to have any type of guardrails put in like that, which I think is bullshit. So you want to go ahead and go find people, you want to go find players or investigate players for tampering and all this other shit. Like, who cares about tampering? Who cares about tampering when you're allowing owners to just do whatever the fuck they want to do because they got money? And you just turn a blind eye to it. Yeah, we're going to investigate them when you're not really doing much. Turning over the top half of the desk. You're just pulling off of the top sheets. You're not digging in the drawers. You're not going into the other files and stuff to be able to see exactly what connects with what. Surface level investigation. Because at the end of the day, who's going to challenge it? This is corny, man. Like, if they really didn't do anything wrong, cool. But man, I can't see how you can be able to have that much evidence where somebody can be able to have that much evidence, whistleblowers, documents, all of these things, a paper trail, and you have nothing, no findings. Sure, Adam. Sure. If you think that we believe that shit, then you can be able to go sell water to whales. You can be able to go sell bridges. You can be able to go sell knives and cutlery. you go ahead and do all of that stuff, bro. If you think you can be able to pull the wool over motherfuckers' eyes and think that we don't really understand what the fuck is going on, you're not going to go ahead and punish daddy. We get it. But does that mean that the integrity of the league is not compromised? I think it is. I think the integrity, I think when you have an owner that has that much money and can be able to do what he wants, your integrity is shot. Because at the end of the day now, he has free reign to do whatever the fuck he wants. Because you gave it to him.
Every win, every loss, every second got a cost to be the boss. Late nights, pressure heavy, never fold. Championship mindset, heart made of purple and gold.